Hello, everybody, and welcome to more Faith Grand Order Speak. Once again, I am listening to the amazing menu theme, and just as a treat, I am currently playing a tree and Ice Nexus in the background. I'm playing a boss battle, actually. I just petrified something. So, last time, what do we do, Draven? He's taking the main role because my voice is still broken.
We finished the plot of Grand Order Act 1, and now we're moving on to Grand Order Act 1.5, even though I consider it Act 2.
Yeah.
But to explain what Act 1.5 is in terms of plot, if I'm correct, it's about a year after, well, since a year passed in the timeline during all of the events of Act 1, and everyone is sort of getting accustomed to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention, some officials are a bit concerned about Chaldea.
That's putting it mildly.
Look, when we said the Magus Association are dicks, we meant they're dicks. They're a bit concerned. Their concern is more questioning why everything has gone to shit, and why there are a total of, depending on how your account is, but this is usually the canonical thing of a good, like, over 50 servants roaming around, some gods, some goddesses, some divine beings, some avengers, the embodiment of anger and hatred, and some magical girls.
Also, some that do not even exist. Yeah, I just killed the Blossom Beast. Haha! You are dead now.
So basically, that's going on, and our protagonist is still reeling after the whole events of Solomon.
However, there's a bit of a side note. While the Magus Association is not quite there yet, they will be soon, and specifically, this Act 1.2 takes place between the end of Solomon and when Act 2 begins, and they are technically not canon. Technically. Because they're
canon, and no one can say otherwise.
Yes, but they're all optional. You don't have to play.
I know they're optional, but just I can't unsee them as like canon. Because
Oh, I know.
There's so much emotional things that happen in it that grow. Weirdly enough, that grow over the protagonist and everyone else.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that, but it officially, according to Fate, these subsidiarities are not full canon because it's a possibility you could just ignore them.
Fair enough, I guess. There's also the fair enough, I guess. But to discuss what these sub-singularities are, well, let's start off with how they first appear.
Firstly, I'd like to know before that even happens, the world has been fixed. Everyone is back, but everyone lost about a year of memories. It's like the entire year for them is hazy because it never actually happened to them. But of course they can't know that. So Chaldea is kind of the target.
Yeah. No one really remembers a damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
No one really remembers a damn thing, and their immediate source for seeing who's behind it. Behind it is, of course,
Chaldea.
Chaldea. They've already sent people to question everyone, and one of the other main questions is why is Olga Maria the Atmosphere not there, and why the hell is Romani Archimon not there?
And it's kind of hard to say that, oh, they're dead.
And technically, it's kind of hard to say. It's really hard to say, the truth, what actually happened to them. Because Olga is dead, and Roman technically just gave up his entire existence.
He technically doesn't exist anymore.
The only ones that really know he exists anymore are just the people that knew him, and it's... Oh boy. It's really depressing when I'm reminded that Kudako actually goes into Roman's office every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of keep getting reminded of that. It's like, oh, right. Goes to the office every now and then. That's sad.
Anyway.
Yeah, the sub-singularities are indeed there.
And, well, how to explain this?
They're exactly as they say. They're singularities that aren't really truly in the more normal classification range. They are just sub-singularities that are small yet still dangerous. And they prove to be really dangerous when you find out what the hell has been going on in them.
The very first singularity is Shinjuku in, as I recall, 1990. Okay. But here's the first problem. Nothing of importance happened that year. Which means technically there shouldn't be a singularity at all, because there's nothing that could have happened to warrant this singularity occurring.
And this brings a great puzzle, but that's not what to worry about. What is to worry about is just basically solving the problem before it gets any worse.
Also, by the way, viewers, I am currently doing laundry again, so if I seem a little distracted, that's why. So, yeah, I'm stuck doing the laundry again. Anyway, off topic.
So, you're not gonna deal with some smaller singularities before. So, again, nothing to terrifying thought is when, everything goes to shit. It's immediately in the first go-around.
What do we mean by that? Well, the very first thing that happens is that Kudako has been separated from everyone else, and they are falling down in the air. And just as a note, in our RP, we really can't change that. Our characters were falling as well. Although they didn't quite have what happened to Kudako, because they could both because Draven's was very sturdy and mine could essentially fly. Also, pardon my voice. Draven has been showing me Black Butler, and it's affected my speech.
To those of you who are first thinking, oh god, Fujoshi bullshit. Don't worry. It's more just, yaoi BS. That's really that's really the only first and second season thing. Book of, if you just go by watching the first two episodes about the Jack the Ripper scenario, and then go straight to Book of Circuits, it's literally more murder mystery. Suspense and mystery is what it is. A lovely thing.
Anyway, off topic. So, Shinjuku, what happens? So how do you not immediately die? Well,
You're sick.
you thought it was a beautiful girl, a handsome man? No, I'm a suspicious old man.
You were expecting you're expecting a pretty girl? Oh, well, sad to disappoint, but it's a dapper old gentleman of about 50 or so.
The Japanese translation was what I said. So.
I just like saying that because it sounds so stupid.
Yeah. And here's the very first big difference between between the past singularities and this one. The old man doesn't reveal his name immediately, like a smart servant. Looking at you, all of Act 1. You idiots.
Smart move, but to be fair, they really don't need to hide themselves much.
The second big problem.
One, they never really need to hide themselves.
Yeah, the big thing about Shinjuku is now a hive of scum and villainy, and everyone is a mage. No, seriously.
We do mean everyone.
Even the normal humans.
This comes as also a terrifying thought when you put into account I don't know. The fact that the fucking Yakuza and other gangs are mages too.
Also, I'd like to know, one of the new Ascension materials here is spinal fluid.
Magical cerebral spinal fluid.
Which, when I first saw that, I was with a queasy and had to step away because I was eating at the time.
It's a little bit not okay.
My poor parfait. Off topic, sorry.
But however,
This is a problem to our protagonists because they are goody two-shoes.
they really are more used to killing things that aren't.
People. Okay.
Oh, I mean, they've killed things that are vaguely humanoid and servant.
Okay, but what
Kill things.
the big thing about this one is the master is a nice person. Shinjuku is not good for nice people. And they aren't used to bombs and traps. Seriously, one of the traps is a baby carriage. It's
Bomb in it.
that makes crying noises. Do you know how screwed up that is? And that's common. Now, Draven, I am suddenly blanking on the first half of. I'm blanking until.
Well, let's start. Well, basically, it starts off with encountering some foolish gang members that, and particularly ones. But I think it depends on what gender you are and who you are. I think if you're the male master, Gudao, Al, they kind of. I think they probably mentioned selling off pieces of you.
And if you're the they
mention how you're a bit of a pretty little thing.
essentially, if you're a male, they're gonna sell you off for parts because you're a mage. If you're a girl, they, in nice terms, because this game is I think it's E10. They essentially say we're going.
I'm sorry.
essentially they say, yes, before we sell a few parts, we're going to have a little fun with you. And by that mean they mean they're going to rape her.
It's not a pleasant thing, and what still just gets me is
hey Draven! Draven, remember how you mentioned Bye earlier yesterday?
oh yeah.
There's a pre-release live. There's a pre-release for her.
Oh, I think that's just like make a character thing.
Yeah, it's essentially just to promote and maybe get by early. Meh. I just got it. Anyway, after beating the living shit out of them,
With the help of a dapper old gentleman of about 50 or so.
whose skills are bullshit. Seriously, why does MP require 10 C-stars?
He's pretty good. It's also terrible.
He's an archer. Like I need more.
Archers are not. I mean, he's also the first occurrence of for once, a limited servant to appear in a story banner.
Yes. He's also another.
This will become a recurring thing, depressingly.
To my Great Depression, because god damn it, my two favorite characters are limited.
The dapper old gentleman about 50 or so does not reveal his name for a bit, but
Archer Shinjuku. He reveals himself to be. He calls himself Archer Shinjuku after a while.
yeah, it's the best way to call him for a bit. But calling him Dandy is actually something he accepts.
That or Gramps or he actually for some reason accepts Gramps if you're the female. Apparently, if you're the male, he gets very annoyed. But if you're the girl, he says, "Well, that will work."
I think it's because Gudaka said it probably with the most innocent smile.
I mean, it's Gudako.
Yeah. Probably just the most innocent smile imaginable. Most innocent smile, but anyway.
After a couple more scenes and Shinjuku essentially saying what's going on, that take a lot longer to explain it than we just did. We then meet.
Well, what at first appears to be Ryder of Shinjuku.
And said Ryder is also a giant wolf that wants to eat.
Hidden by the headless fucking horseman.
Okay, so we should explain. Firstly, the wolf can't talk, and whenever they hear the cry of that wolf, everyone in the city stops fighting and runs for their lives because it is essentially a killing machine. It's also terrifying looking, and it's very angry. Whereas the rider is actually something called a Hassan, which is a German mercenary. Thank you. But he's more well known as the Headless Horseman. Now this is interesting to talk about a bit later on in the story, but we should explain what phantom spirits are.
Phantom spirits essentially are. There's like an easy way to explain it.
I can explain. They're figures in life, but they didn't have enough power to become full-on servants. In fact, Shinjuku Archer is also a mix of phantom servants. Same with Ryder. And I think every single Shinjuku servant, minus two in particular, are a mix of phantom servants.
Particularly, we want to point out that this kind of does make a possibility, and it also has an interesting thing of the phantom servant. Of the writer of Shinjuku actually is a bit of a break for some reason. It's an interesting thing, mainly with the fact that for once, it breaks two rules that have never, ever been able to be broken in all of Fate history.
Those two rules are...
One, well, particularly one, a heroic spirit that does not have much well-known cannot really be truly a servant. However, the other rule is this: a servant that is a beast cannot be a servant.
When we say beast, we do not mean a class. We mean the servant can't be an animal. So say we have, oh, I don't know. Come on, Draven, give me a really well.
Let's say if you have to consider, like, for example, the big bad wolf. He's well known, but
I was actually going to go with a legendary hero's steed. Essentially, there are some steeds for heroes that are just well known as their riders, not a class, but because they're not human, they can't be servants.
Rider of Shinjuku breaks this.
Because he's a fucking wolf. He's a wolf.
He's a wolf.
Who's, oh, by the way, the wolf, when we say wolf, we don't mean a wolf that's an oversized wolf. We mean one that's about as big as say a living room.
Let's say bigger than a SWAT van.
Yeah, it's about the size of a tank.
Durable as a fucking tank.
It's about as big, strong, and durable as a tank, and is much faster than a tank.
And oh yeah, it's followed by a trail of fucking fire and hatred.
Hint, hint to what it actually is.
Yeah.
What happens then is essentially trying to hold them off until you can run.
Basically, after one fight with it, you think you've escaped. And then it decides to come back and give you a very merry and lovely just ask.
It's in gameplay. It's probably the most dangerous of all the servants because it hits really hard, has a bunch of good skills, and break bars. Fuck break bars.
Now,
More on that in gameplay. More on that in gameplay.
just know that when we get to gameplay, it's where we're just gonna end our lives.
God.
It's where I'm going to end my life because I have to talk about it.
I can talk about it too, you idiot. I've studied that much.
Yeah, you have, but
I just don't know what the story is much.
let's talk about everything else in between. So basically, when you think you're completely fucked, your shining savior on a motorcycle comes, and it happens to be
Saber Alter.
hi. Yep, and
She's rocking some nice new threads, a pair of tiny booty shorts, a black tank top, and a jacket, and her hair's tied back in a ponytail. And it's all in black.
and a necklace.
I forgot about the necklace.
And a necklace that happens to be, if I'm correct, a dragon necklace.
I think it is. So she helps you get away, and then you go back to her base, which is the basement of... No, it's the basement of a fast food place. Because, spoilers, Saber Alter loves fast food and greasy stuff.
Let me just give this little small thing. Saber Alter actually cannot eat anything that isn't fast food because for some reason her body rejects it and finds it repulsive.
Also, her Valentine's is a chocolate burger with a bite taken out of it. A chocolate burger!
She wanted to test it out.
If your reaction didn't go off of the character, it didn't turn out too well. Because she covered it a burger in chocolate.
Anyway, welcoming, and she's a bit nice, though she is a bit rude to Moriarty.
You idiot!
We're about to find that out.
No, we weren't.
You do realize that the time between here and there is...
Actually, wait.
short.
Draven? We're incorrect. It's the Shinjuku Archer, as I'm going to refer to that until we actually say until we officially say his name. Shinjuku Archer leads the doggo away, and Saber also saves us, and then we have to go meet Archer in the Shinjuku Underground.
He's quite
And we also happen to meet the SWAT team in there.
Yes, the SWAT team.
They have a different name, but I can't be asked to remember it. Just
Refer to them as I think you could refer to them honestly probably as the Stingers. Why? Because if I'm correct, all of them are aimed after different types of bees. Because one is named Hornet, and I think the other is named Wasp.
yeah, and they're all archers.
They have guns.
Gun equals archer. Usually.
Usually.
Assassin.
Teach Kata about that.
Or assassin.
Right.
Anyway, after meeting him, Shinjuku Archer figures out who Saber Alter is just by looking at Excalibur Morgan. Showing that he might, which makes you think, oh, were you a detective? And he whinges at that. Pretty badly, actually.
He's got a problem with detectives.
He doesn't like them. And then and Saber Alter reveals, wait, but you were a bad guy in Shinjuku. And Phantom Alliance. Essentially, there are 4 servants that lead up the big shot place, and Shinjuku Archer is the leader of them. However, then we get a cutaway, and it turns out there's a good Shinjuku Archer, which is on your side, and a bad one. There's also, right as we mentioned, Shinjuku Berserker, who's actually Phantom of the Opera, Shinjuku Assassin, and someone that Draven got and is very happy about, a Shakespeare Alter for some reason, and a second Shinjuku Archer that's not the one we already mentioned.
He actually does reveal his name pretty early on.
Emiya Alter.
Basically just says, yeah.
It's Emiya Alter.
There has
Poor boy.
been no more depressing than... There's been no more depressing... How do I even put this? Every Emiya is depressing. This one just gets worse.
Also,
Worse.
I'd like to note,
Doubt about him.
the idiots in FFNA toned down the darkness of his skin for some reason. Hell, they showed all the other Shinjuku servants, phantasms, except his. They turned him from someone who has been turned him from super dark skin to Chloe. And the creator of Emiya Alter said he made it completely black because while Emiya has been stoked by the fires of creating his swords, Emiya Alter has been burned by them.
The problem is, if you look at the original artwork for Emiya Alter, is that it has some less than great things when in context of North America.
Yeah, it looks fairly racist, unfortunately, however, it still pissed off a lot of people because no one would have bothered no actual real Fate fan would have even mentioned it, because if they actually knew who the guy was, they would have looked him up and known why his skin is like that.
The case of Emiya Alter, as a short Summary. If you ever want to know what would happen if Emiya turned down the path of being a cold and remorseless killer, welcome to this.
Yeah, like I said, Emiya has been stoked by the fires of his swords. I mean, Alter has been burned by them.
This comes as a depressing thing because due to this burning, his reality marble has changed.
It's gone from unlimited Blade Works to unlimited Lost Works. And here's the point: the kanji for his name. What happens is that the kanji for his name reads Unlimited Blade Works, but there's a slash through the Blade Works, which changes it from Blade to Lost. So the kanji actually does read essentially reads Unlimited crossed out Blade, which changes into Lost Works. He has literally lost his blade in both the name and the kanji. And his normal phantasm is gruesome. Remember how I mentioned origin bullets last time? Yeah, Emiya Alter got those. So,
Let me tell you, he found a way to use them pretty fucking terrifyingly.
Instead of having the swords come towards the opponent, he fires the bullet into the opponent and then expels the swords outwards.
The only depressing part I have with this is that they didn't give him theme music that plays during the Noble Phantasm. Because that would have made it all the more epic.
They could have done a thing where they essentially had a broken version of Emiya's theme,
Yeah, literally.
which I have seen done before.
A distorted version of Unlimited Blade Works.
Oh, that would have been good. They can actually do that, you know. Someone actually made a fan version of that. There's a fan-made theme. It's a fan-made theme of Unlimited Blade Works. It essentially sounds like it's been broken and corrupted. It's fairly badass, actually.
Oh yeah, bit of a fun fact about that slash. Usually when it's written down, it just appears as it's being like cut out, like someone would in a Word document. However, in game, the slash actually looks like something given a particular. Like, well, if you ascend Emiya Alter when you get him, you start to notice that these burning lines start appearing on him, which you find out is basically his body breaking apart.
The thing is, he turned to a path of essentially dark injustice, and due to the player essentially trying to get him back on that path, his body is breaking down because he's already been completely blackened. So his ideology is being changed, which is forcibly destroying his body. Also,
And to the point, it's a horrific realization at the end, because as Emiya Alter specifically states at the finalists during his final ascension, congratulations, Master, you've created a true nameless heroic spirit.
Also, I'd like to note something. This is really depressing, and I'm not sure if I should say it, but,
How depressing we talking here?
There's a scene later on that happens with Emiya Alter in an event. It's kind of breaking.
Talking about the Valentine's Day thing?
No, I'm talking about Lost Man.
Lost? Oh, that's a good one. Right. Forgive me. I'm sorry. I forgot
Yeah.
about that. Let me take a step back there and,
Emiya Alter is also something. Okay, another thing, but Emiya Alter. When I first saw him, my first thought was, dude, do you need some food? Your ribs are sticking out. Like, you can see his ribs. He looks like he's starving.
And the problem is that might not. It's either the fact that he's gotten so. It's either the fact that he's been so tempered by everything he's done that he's just basically become so fucking ripped that his muscles are like that.
No.
Or everything he's been through.
No, Draven. Draven. His stomach has been. No, I have seen people who are starving. He looks like someone who is starving. He has all the characteristics of it. Emmy Alter is probably starving himself.
Makes sense. About the only thing that makes. If at first you don't really notice it because it just feels like it's not a thing, but then you start to notice it and you're just like, oh.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the, yeah. So after getting out of the underground, we have to go meet, her.
Well, Elle, who is her? Well, she's particularly known as a terrifying woman, a destructive force, an angry thing. Who is she, you might ask?
The Dragon Witch. He boy. Jelter.
Yep.
And I'd like to note.
Her first phrase upon meeting you, the good Archer Shinjuku and Saber Alter is just, oh, it isn't the Ice Bitch Queen.
Yeah, essentially half of what comes out of Saber Alter and Jelter's mouths at this point is them bickering with each other and calling them either Ice Queen Bitch. I'm not kidding. They even do that in the English version, or Dragon Witch. You can probably tell who says what.
And my personal favorite part is it is just when you get attacked and Alter fights with you, there is a line that I will never get over. Oh, would you look at that? It's steak burning o'clock.
Yeah, by the way, there's a bunch of comics with those two, and one of them is literally, I'm not joking here, this is getting slightly NSFU here, but the two are playing a game in only their panties and shirts, and Jelter literally pulls down Salter's underwear, which causes her to lose the game and like her to freak out. That can be considered canon. Those two are bicker with each other that bloody much. Oh boy.
Those two have enough problems with each other that it sort of circles back to loving each other.
Like, here's
Those two are shit.
hell. Here's the thing. In my Endurance RP, we have those two as a couple.
It's like they're just. Ever heard the term seems so bickering, but they still stick with each other? It has to be love. That's basically what it is with those two.
Well, I mean, it's not officially canon, but it's a massive fan canon. So
The fact that Jelter and Salter are more together in events than anything else, except the few events, but to be fair, it never gets fucking old.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, back to the plot. Joins you for a fight, and you.
And before that, Raven, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you cut off for a second. Now, before that actually happens, Jelter kind of goes into a store. Or is that after?
Jelter basically stops at a store, I think. She just basically busts it open after I think if I'm correct, she busts it open after the fight.
And
Fight with a few enemies.
while Moriarty he winches at a deer hunting cap, Jelter finds a dress that's, and a jacket. The dress is skin tight, essentially. It stops, like, right below her... It stops, like, right below her ass. There's a zipper running right down the center in the back, and it stops... It's sleeveless. And it stops right above her breasts. And then she has a small jacket with it. You thought Saber alters was skimpy? Yeah, no, no, Jalter outdoes her.
And Jalter gets that as a costume later on. And yet Saber altered doesn't put her outfit. Fuck you, DW.
Draven is still annoyed because Draven actually does that Saber alter and likes her a lot.
I have her at level 90. I'm debating actually sending her to 100.
You already have Kentucky, idiot, and wait for the wait for, you know, you. Hinako? Hinako?
To be fair, I'll take care of that on JT. Remember, there will be a pick a 4-star event eventually. That will be my choice. Not even Li Shuwen can get in my way.
To put it simply, Draven has something of an obsession with that character. Enough that whenever I see a you picture somewhere, I save it just to give it to him.
There are many reasons, and there are many reasons. 1, design. 2, character. 3, story. And 4, for general, just cool attacks. 5th, I have love for everything angry and bitchy.
Yeah, I can tell. Whoop!
And also,
Oh, we're getting off topic, Draven!
Fine. Back to plot. So after some new outfits, it's time to return to Bay.
Hi! That's not a good noise. Oh god. That's howling. Oh no.
Whoa! Time to run!
Too late! We're already trapped and Jalter's letting us leave!
This is actually the final time. And this is the final time.
We fight
You fight.
Avenger of Shinjuku, who was revealed to be Hessen Lobo. Who is that? The Headless Horseman and the King of...
Stop. You're rushing it.
Oh.
You are rushing it. Because literally, we only find out one part of this.
Wait, no, Draven. The second fight, Jalter actually does put up the flame wall.
Yes, that's the case. But he's still Rider of Shinjuku, and is only referred to as Lobo.
Okay, fair.
We don't know the full name. You need to stop and calm down.
Then you already did it once, I get to do it once as well.
After a big ass fight with the final time you fight it as Rider of Shinjuku.
Which, by the way, Jalter has a flame wall up that takes out 500 health from everything on the field every turn. God damn you, Jalter. Did not need that.
Damn, complaining me.
No, I lost twice because of that damn flame wall. It's more of a hindrance than a help because Lolo has a lot more HP than your servants do.
Yeah, you just have to learn to deal with it. Anyway, after that fight, and after getting the fuck out of there, you end up getting all of you end up getting back to base, and now I'll begin strategizing of what to do first. The first thing you need to do is take out Berserker, Phantom of the Opera.
And how do we do that? Well, bomb. We bomb. You see, there's these little robots things that were actually they're actually humans once, roaming around the city. I forget the Kalantras, that Berserker controls, you capture one, and Moriarty puts a bomb in it, and controls it to go kaboom.
It works, and you have enough of an opportunity to go to basically reach Phantom of the Opera and the doll that seems to be controlling the other dolls,
Christine, who, by the way, is essentially Phantom's lover. Yeah, it's not fun.
You have to fight both of them, and let me tell you, both are a nightmare.
I didn't have as much trouble because I cheesed it with Kingill and Nitocris.
And to use the power of Marie.
Anyway.
Summer Marie, to be exact. After getting rid of a bit of him, you actually don't kill him. He's more
Bang! Never mind, he's dead!
And who's the one that shot the bullets?
Emi Alter, who else? Okay, Archer Shinjuku does have a coffin gun. Yes, he has a coffin gun. But Emi Alter has the guns. Like, he has dual guns instead of dual swords.
Yeah, as Emi Alter reveals himself, I think, for one, and if I'm correct, Yudako immediately recognizes that it's Emiya and is actually, wait, no, I don't think that's the case yet.
He doesn't at first. He has an inkling after seeing the guns, but that's it.
Yeah, but then, and we'll get to what truly reveals him when we get to his first and only fight.
Yeah, you fight him one time, and even then it's not a full-on fight. He stopped after once he gained around half HP, which I find to be really easy to do.
Yeah, just need a Lancer. And when you have the power of the Gay Ball, nothing can stop you.
Gay Ball, Kazuki Bay, Bethri Elizabeth. Oh, I don't know. Fucking. And Sparta! Fuck, I'm actually I'm starting blanking on Leonidas'. I'm gonna play that one. I can't actually say his normal Phantom's name.
It's hard to speak that language.
Anyway, after Phantom bites the bullet, literally.
We have another fun escape sequence. Because you have to run the fuck away because something seems to be going on.
Oh yeah, and
something seems to be going on. You're getting chased by Emiya Alter and the only one to save your sorry ass
is hi, Cursed Arm.
Yeah, he's there. He's pretty chill.
And after a bit of escaping, you get back to the base, and then you drink. Well, Moriarty drinks, and Cursed Arm helps, and then we have this line from Cursed Arm. I didn't know servants could get drunk. Because Moriarty gets drunk.
It's the technical term that they can get drunk, it's just they have to choose to get drunk.
Yeah, it just... drunk Moriarty is...
Imagine if you ever took your very cheerful grandpa out drinking, and you heard you just have the most interesting and hilarious story to talk to.
Oh yeah, by the way, around this point, it's revealed that Shinjuku Archer is Moriarty. Yes, that Moriarty.
James Moriarty.
And he's...
the Napoleon of crime.
And also, another point, since he couldn't actually become a full-on servant, he also has been fused with Death Flush. If you don't know who that is, Well, that's a German tale where essentially there's a Der Fluch sold his soul to the devil, and he can control 6 bullets, and the 7th was controlled by the devil. It's actually a fairly good story, and it's why Moriarty can use his coughing gun, because it's not his, it's Der Fluch. And I know I'm saying that name wrong because I can't do other languages very well.
Don't worry, that's the best of us.
And no, the whole 6 bullets and 7 controlled by the devil, that's actually fairly important for this.
We just have to work. Now the causality of how Archer Shinjuku's name is revealed comes in the form of First Arm asking if to do some stuff.
And surprise, well, it's a trap. Yeah, sorry.
Basically, at first it seems to be just a calm-filled thing, until something in particular happens. You get a dialogue option that pops up, only a singular dialogue option. You're not Cursed Arm, are you?
This makes a lot of sense because you would talk with Cursed Arm a lot back in Camelot, so of course you know who Cursed Arm was. And this is very definitely not Cursed Arm. Gujako is very blunt, and he just says very easily, "You're not Cursed Arm, are you?" Like, it's not even a question, it's a statement showing that they're not an idiot.
And let me tell you, the person that's revealed under the disguise is one terrifying individual, who at first just seems like this cheerful, boisterous criminal, until you see that fucking smile.
We're talking about Yan Qing.
The skillful star, and by far, one of my favorite assassins.
I don't know much about him, if I'm being honest. Just know that he essentially has an ability that allows him to, after he kills someone, he can take on their form and replicate them perfectly, and he also gets their memories along with it.
This is kind of a depressing thing, because as a point, Jan even questions who the hell he is anymore.
By the way, I'd like to note, Draven got Jan around the time it came out, and he kind of lost it.
I was having a very sordid history of emotions during that point.
He was in Discord, he was in all caps for about, 15 minutes. I counted.
Yeah, it was good. I have Jan. I'm happy.
Instead of getting fucking low, I got both Necros and Nursery, so I'm happy. But still, that's still no Avenger for me. God damn it!
And a few days later, I ended up getting Avenger.
Oh, fuck off! I just hope I get. All I can do now is hope to God that Suzu comes home when I roll for Melt, so I can get Lobo in the free 4-star event.
Well, here's some good news. Lobo does have a few rate ups during summer 2.
I'm setting up for Eric at that point. Remember?
Right. Well, actually, summer gives you a few months, so you can at least throw a 30 roll, maybe.
3 tickets, 130 roll.
But just see what the banner is first. See if Lobo is actually on that summer 2 banner.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna just roll for a summer servant. Fuck that. Only one I even want is Kyo Lancer or Nidacruz Assassin, because I actually need more assassins.
Ironic. Ironic. What I'm going for?
I
Essentially, I have two targets. I have Nova Berserker and Lancer Raiko.
I mean, I have enough archers and casters for months. Especially casters.
Yeah. So hey, at least you won't have to worry about the rival. At least the rival section, you have two options. You of course have Best Goddess Ishii.
Free servant member.
Yeah, free servant. It's an option. Go with that. Which is great.
I'm planning on it, and
Go think that.
no, and by the way, fuck you, Best Clash Erish.
Anyway.
Side note, that is actually kind of important because officially in RP, that's when Draven and my characters became official couples with Erish and Ishii. I had Erish, he had Ishii. Then we had.
To be fair, I was debating. To be fair, I was debating who to put with who, and part of just a comical thing we came up with was just like I'm sorry, Alice, you dated who? Ishtar?
That, sis, you. He's the goddess of fertility!
And war. Don't forget war.
See, you get the point!
Which is awesome! And you cannot deny those legs are good.
No, I can deny it. Because I already have a girlfriend, sis.
Oh, who'd you end up getting?
Damn it. Well, that is, crap.
Well, given the fact that I've seen Iresh happy, I'm gonna assume her?
Yes.
Had a feeling.
Shut up. Also, sister, did you write your... Also, after that singularity, guess who got pregnant in our RP? Alice! Seriously. That was something that both of us fucked up on. I'll just put this bluntly.
To be fair, it did lead to some wholesome moments, and we found a way to quite possibly change some events and give us some new ideas on what to do at times.
Just...
Perfect.
By the way, when we first did it, we both kind of freaked out for a while, realizing, crap, we just put a kid in this. And our RP got paused in the RP for a while. Not in real life, but... And then Alice had a kid, which was nice. Yeah. That was an interesting period. Sis, you're what?
Huh? Oh yeah. Yeah, that just. Oh right. I actually forgot something. That was also when they found out that Alice was with Ishtar.
Uh-huh. Sis, you're with Ishtar, and you did what? Sis, why are you okay? You look strangely content. What happened last night?
Oh well, some happy things. Hanged out with Ishii, better. Oh, and I think there's a little hedgehog growing in my stomach now.
What? I'm
going to assume translation means she's
my
carrying a child.
my sister is pregnant. Goof. How do that? You're both girls! That shouldn't be possible.
Goddess of fertility.
Shut up, Ishi. Which later led to this scene. I'm up. Sis, why are you staring at me funny?
Mood.
Well, by the way, I think I'm pregnant. Think I'm pregnant. Sis? I'm pregnant. We used the potion that you gave us.
First of all, Ishi gave that, and second, what?
I have a kid in my stomach. I think I broke her. I think I broke my sister.
Should we take her to the infirmary?
Sleepy.
What? I find it funny that Lilas is blunt about it, where Alice is just very loopy and says, I think I have a hedgehog growing in my stomach.
I mean, that back then, that was how they acted.
Yeah, and now it's kind of becoming that again, especially with how our characters have grown, I think.
I mean, Lilas is a freaking winged fox demon that lives on her back.
Yeah, and Alice has finally gotten used to wearing shorts.
Just know this, Alice Driven's character is fairly curvy, and she, for the longest time, hated shorts and anything that showed off her figure, and she's finally gotten used to them. Meanwhile, Lilas is now wearing essentially what is a skirt and big old jacket, which before she hated skirts and dresses. And now her combat outfit is essentially a dress based off, well, Ruby from the manga where Ruby got.
It was an AU who called Henceforward. I recommend reading it because as the artist is one great and put a lot of time and effort into it. Should also mention they are a great artist in general and do some very, very lovely art.
Yeah, and anyway, the results of both of our characters getting pregnant was 2 adorable children. Ophelia, who is Alice's daughter, and, well,
Olivia being Lilas's.
Ophelia is essentially the smart one, while Olivia is hyperactive, we'll be putting it mildly.
Very hyperactive.
Okay, she's toned down quite a bit after she got the Black Mage asterisk. Just know that we technically now have 4 OCs in our story. 2 of them being original, and 2 of them being children of said OCs. And it's fairly interesting because due to time shenanigans, the 2 kids are now, well, they grew up a bit. Although they still adore their mothers and call them, well, Mommy and Mama, respectively. Olivia and Ophelia. It's very sweet.
Though Ophelia tries to act more like an adult, since time shenanigans has resulted in her brain being aged up to about 17.
Well, and she looks 11, while Olivia has been aged up to about 9, and her brain's about 14.
he's still adorable and has taken a quality from Lilith to referring to Ophelia as Big Sis.
I mean, is it really? Is she wrong?
Not even close.
Essentially, just Olivia is that Q tries to act like an adult, but it's impossible because her mother's absolutely adore her. Well, Olivia is an adorable little cinnamon roll.
Both of them still have their time to shine in the serious department. I mean,
oh yeah, we've had quite a few moments where they've essentially been the focal point characters for a bit. They've almost always been there ever since they were born, and we had an entire event based around them. For Christ's sake.
To quote Ophelia on something, I can't believe I almost used a noble phantasm on my aunt.
Just Lavis is not the nicest person. She literally, her nickname is Little Demon. Although really that more applies to Ophelia at this point, because Lilas kind of got access to the class cards from Prisma, and it changed her body a bit. I mean, she got hit by a Passion Lips card, which increased her bust size by a whole cup. And when she activated what?
Something I find funny.
What?
In context, there's still something I find funny in context now that fucking Lilith is uncomfortable with her curves.
And moving past that, another side effect was when she used Nursery's card, she lost about half a foot of height. Meaning that, and she was already only 5'6" beforehand, so she's essentially only 5 feet tall despite being 21.
And mind you, she has proven time and again that she can probably still lift Alice.
Oh yeah, no. Lilith is essentially just a pint-sized powerhouse, because here's the thing, she killed Goetia. She can channel Erich Kegel as a in full goddess power. She's part demon beast. Long story. And guess what her basic magic is? Well,
Spatial.
yeah. Whereas Alice only has enhancements, Lilith essentially. Okay, yeah. Lilith can distort space, warp it, create spatial spine essentially, and teleport. The last one she makes liberal use of. Although until she lost her arm, no joke, the space magic kind of was very destructive. Although after a fight with the First, yes, that First, she got it back, although it's spectral now. She didn't actually, by the way, no, she was not so overpowered to actually beat the First, she just didn't die when he swung his blade. What I'm saying is, she lost, but she also won because she didn't die after encountering him in a fight. And Alice, however, had to go through some trauma. Just know she after a lot of shit, because both of our characters do not have good lives. Alice now has fucking Izanami in her.
Let me tell you, Trauma and Alice go together as they're like peanut butter and Shelly.
Let's see. Alice lost her whole family, changed her name, and then nearly got killed multiple times over. Well, Lilith.
Trust me. Here's the funny thing I'm going to bring up later. You kind of know how we mentioned. We kind of occasionally, since we just want to have fun at times, and since a new story chapter hasn't come out for Grand Order in a bit, we sometimes just throw crossover events in there for the fun of it. But hey, why not? Trust me, I have a plan to use that cinematic record.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, trust me, it'll be
in that case,
Go through the Alice trauma section. First of all, lost her whole family. Had to witness not only her mother die in front of her eyes, but also had to witness her entire home be burnt down, and after growing up still holding that trauma within her heart, or her mind, and she had to see her friend get almost devoured by a living Eldritchian plant.
although said friend is now actually on her side.
Luckily, but they did have some issues which caused issues,
And then we had
to separate.
and then
And the
after getting
time that Alice had on her own was a bit of a blank spot.
and then after getting to Chaldea, well, it's fake Grand Order. And then after a whole lot more bullshit, which we're not going to go into because it's a lot of smaller stuff, she got possessed by Izanami.
Well, there actually is something important to mention. Something that happened in Camelot.
Oh right, she lost it. She mutilated Tristan into a bloody corpse.
The reason for this is that unlike normal Grand Order, Alice ended up landing right in the middle of Camelot.
Joy.
I mean, inside of the Holy City.
Yeah, unfortunately, our characters have a habit of ending up in completely different locations.
And she was forced to work with them, but she managed to do small things by sending her servants to help some people escape. This, however, ended horribly when the people she helped escape, they only met their untimely ends in front of her eyes.
Fuck you, Tristan, is the gist.
And let me tell you, Tristan in his state as of now, which is a monster in a sense that waxes poetry and philosophy.
We're talking about Camelot Tristan, where his emotions actually got killed off by his numeral.
And when he is terrified by it was essentially a berserker in full fucking rage mode.
Yeah, by the way, here's the thing. If our characters ever turn into servants, Alice would be a berserker and Alice would be a caster.
There's a full-on reason, because Alice actually Alice actually doesn't use any weapons.
She uses her fists.
Fists, kicks, and everything about her body.
Essentially, don't fuck with her. And
the only kind of weapons she does use is stuff that she keeps hidden in any of her attire. Particularly, she does still keep literally hitting guns on her wrists to fire.
think Tyrion from Ruby.
Yeah, only just small, not blades.
Yeah.
And not attached to a scorpion.
Yeah.
Dude.
And as for Lilith, well, the very first thing to know about her is that she got fucking experimented on for 4 years in the clock tower. When I say experiment, I mean her right arm, which got destroyed, was literally a magical tumor. Her magic triggers got fractured and broken, and left the girl not very happy. Hell, here's the thing, it's revealed a lot later on, Lilith doesn't lost her emotions. Her emotions were gone and deadened. To the point that she has a constant happy-go-lucky facade, and when it finally goes down all the way in Gudagua 3, her eyes are literally dead. And we mean like Sakura dead.
There's a terminology there's a bit of a sap at theme with this.
Oh, I'm not done. I'm not even done. Let's see. After losing her arm, she
still not done with Alice.
Well, yeah. After losing her arm, she was in a coma for a while, got it back, trained, got screwed over some more, but nearly lost her sister, thank you, Izanami, has 3 gods in her, back then it was Susanoo, Amaterasu, and Izanagi, and now Susanoo is gone, replaced by Hel, of Norse myth. Let's see. Her father is dead. Her mother was a bitch to her. Her siblings were actually fairly nice to her, thank you. Chaldea was an escape because if you hadn't stayed, she would have died or been turned into a living torture device, essentially. Oh yeah, her emotions got killed off. I already said that. Oh, and she's half demon beast. On her mother's side, her family is half demon beast on her mother's side.
Not a fun thing, really.
Which essentially means she can turn feral. And she has several times before, actually. Also, here's a little note, because we're not going to talk about these too much more, because we're still on the actual game. Both of them have alter forms.
Alter.
Same difference. And it just as a hint, Alice Alter is essentially half insane, and Luz Alter can't even speak because her magic, her spatial energy over half destroyed her voice box, making it so half of what she says is pure static.
Well, I'll have and more notes on how their bodies look. We kind of discussed this about a design thing, is that while Alice's body is essentially morphable and can become really anything nightmarish, even so much as a face that's just nothing but eyes and gore, Lilith's body isn't even all there.
The right side of her body is literally just a silhouette, because her spatial energy ate up half her body, and the other half, well, it's darkened, blackened. There's a bunch of cracks. There's a bunch of cracks running through it, and the only eye you can see, it's either a sweet innocent blue orb or a menacing red glowing one. We never said our characters led happy lives, people. Also, Draven,
Yeah.
we should probably get back to Shinjuku now, huh?
Alright, so where were we?
Yangqing.
Ah, yes. Basically, after getting captured, you end up beating the evil archer Shinjuku.
Who's wearing
And reveals his true name.
Moriarty?
James Moriarty. And let me tell you, quite an interesting one.
Anyway, it turns out we actually get saved by Edmond Dantes. But not really. You see, Dantes has been showing up via phone call and talking to us, but it's not actually Dantes, as Kudako quickly realizes, because it's actually
Sherlock Holmes!
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
He's kind of not smart. Why? Because, one thing in particular. He has certain speech mannerisms about Dante's right, but there's one thing Dante's never ever does.
He doesn't call himself
He never refers to himself
as Edmond Dantes. He always refers himself to as the Overall Avenger or Count of Monte Cristo, while Sherlock said Edmond Dantes all the bloody time. Also, Dantes has a certain air to him that you can even tell through the game, because he simply doesn't care a lot of the time. Well, Sherlock disguised as Dantes obviously has quite a bit of emotions. Essentially, Dantes was one of the worst picks for Sherlock to do, because Dantes does not care enough to actually do what he did, what Sherlock did. Seriously, he could have picked. He had so many options, and he picked the guy who often doesn't care. Bloody idiot.
Now, after that nightmare, Nightmare of just being that Sherlock for trying to impersonate the Count of Monte Cristo.
Fuck you, dude. You get back, and Sherlock is also not trusting of Moriarty for obvious reasons. And then we have to deal with Jan himself. And guess what? Guess what that means? Oh boy. It's cross-dressing time! We're not kidding. Hello?
Alright, let me just try to do this the best way possible. There is art that I think I still have saved. Just, you do this.
Actually, Draven,
What?
my voice is going again. I think we're gonna have to probably end it off right here.
Alright.
So apologies for the short stream, guys, but I am still sick, so yeah.
Well,
So, this has been Rush's Shade.
and Laz, the ever-famous co-commentator and vagabond.
Talking about Faker and Order, which we're going to be doing for quite a while. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys. And I will see you guys next time. Later.